Love him or hate him, Charizard is one of the poster boys of the franchise, and certainly garners some special treatment from the Pokemon Company. If I'm being completely honest, I probably wouldn't even put Charizard in the top 500 Pokemon. However, I'm constantly told my opinions are invalidated due to my thoughts on Generation 4. They're not positive. Regardless, throughout Charizard's tenure, he has been presented as a force of nature. He's the grail of the TCG and one of the coolest characters in the anime. So when it comes to the video games, why does he look like this? Stop laughing. I have took it upon myself to transform video game Charizard into a lore accurate one. So once and for all, we can say that Charizard is really heckin' powerful. I identified all the things about Charizard that needed modernizing. It's everything. So where better to start than the fundamental thematic components of the dragon-like creature that has absolutely no bearing on gameplay whatsoever. Perfect. Charizard stands at 5 foot and 7 inches and weighs 90.5 kilograms or 199.5 pounds. Unlucky. To put this in perspective, Garchomp stands at a much more respectable 6'3", and Drampa stands mightily tall at 9 foot and 10 inches. Some say those are 2 measurements. Now, whilst I understand Drampa's larger size comes from the fact that it's serpentine in shape, and those sort of Pokemon always seem to be much bigger than they appear, looking at you, Dunsparce, there's no reason we can't make Charizard bigger. Doubling Charizard's height and weight seemed a little too far, so I suggest a 50% increase, turning our nostalgia bait boy into an astounding 8 foot and 3 inches with a weight of 135.75 kilograms, or 300 pounds if we do a little bit of rounding. And with that, we have the most boring part of our makeup routine done. The foundation. Shout out to my overwhelmingly makeup wearing leaning audience. And because makeup isn't just for girls, Darren, if the next words out of my mouth upset you, it's probably best you turn this video off now. We're changing Charizard's typing. But yeah, the integrity of the game balance. So anyway, Charizard's a fire dragon type now, meaning it's weak to ground, rock and dragon, resists bug, steel and electric, quad resists fire and grass, and is neutral to all other typings. I'm also turning its Mega Y form into Fire Dragon 2, which I understand brings both of the Megas closer together, but we'll address this later. It also shares typing with Reshiram, Turtonator, and Gouging Fire, 2 of these Pokemon being a lot cooler than the other. Here's a hint, Turtonator's one of the cool ones. Next, let's address Charizard's base stats. Currently, he sits at a HP of 78, an attack of 84, a defense of 78, a special attack of 109, special defense of 85, and a speed of 100 for a base stat total of 534. This is fine, but it was a lot better 25 years ago. To achieve the power fantasy we're aiming for, I want to increase Charizard's base stats to be on par with a pseudo-legendary, because let's be honest, that's the vibe he should give off. And if you like the vibe I'm giving off, you should subscribe. Mwah. For those who don't know, all pseudo-legendaries have the same base stat total, so this puts Charizard's to 600, giving us 66 extra stat points to distribute. I want to address 2 things here. First, while I could completely redistribute Charizard's stats, at that point I may as well just design my own Pokemon. I only want to add to Charizard, meaning we're working with what we've got. Secondly, I want to lean more into Charizard's Mega forms. Mega X is supposed to represent the physical attacking side, and Y is more inclined to the special attacks. So for base Charizard, I want to represent his potential through his stats. We give our first 25 points to Charizard's attack, equalising it with his special attack. Now, whilst this does mirror the Gen 3 mix attacking curse, I think it actually opens up a lot of variety for Charizard. Then we're going to add 2 points into HP and 7 points into defense, just to make him a little bit bulkier. The final 32 points are all going into his speed, putting him quite high on the list of fast Pokemon, actually matching the speed of Ash Greninja. This sets Charizard's new stats to 80 HP, 109 attack, 85 defense. Special attack remains the same at 109, special defense remains at 85, and speed increases to 132. As for his Mega form stats, Mega X actually gains 46 points of attack, 33 in defense, and 21 points of special attack, leading his new Mega X form to look like this. Mega Y, on the other hand, gains only 20 points in attack, 50 to special attack, and 30 to special defense, leading its stats to look this way. Now, base Charizard is a frightening force of nature, but its megas each take their own identity by pumping one of his attacking stats to the max. All of the forms enjoy the bonus to speed, and only a dozen or so Pokemon actually outspeed Charizard at base now. For the record, 155 attack is actually less than Slacking, and 159 special attack is only one less than Mega Latios, so I'd argue that these new stat spreads aren't even that insane. So now that we've looked at the numbers that don't matter, and the numbers that actually also don't matter, nothing matters really in the grand scheme of things. Nothing matters, so who cares? Love as hard as you want, live life as you want, because let's be real, in 1,000 years, we'll be lucky to be more than just names in books. So anyway, before we address Charizard's abilities, I want to make a couple of changes to his move pool. Firstly, Charizard has a pretty solid move pool, but I think giving him access to Dual Wing Beat and Draco Meteor through level up just adds a bit of extra variety in there and makes him feel a bit more draconic. Additionally, and this is the main reason I wanted to bring this up, in a couple of dex entries not referencing Mega Charizard X, Charizard's tail is supposed to turn blue if it's angry enough. So I think Charizard, at a very high level, should learn Blue Flare. I would even argue that Charizard should learn it at level 100, because that's a cool thing that they did with Volcarona, and I like it. So at level 100, Charizard should gain access to Reshiram's signature move, Blue Flare. Let's take a step back over to Charizard's abilities. Overall, he has 4. At base, he has Blaze and Solar Power, with Mega Charizard X having Tough Claws and Y having Drought. I want to change Blaze to a new, unique ability, which we'll get to in a moment. Tough Claws can stay the same, since it boosts any move that makes contact, and we want Charizard X to be in the big attacking form. As for Drought and Solar Power, I think we should swap these around. Solar Power further boosts special attack in the sun, exactly what we're trying to accomplish with Mega Y, and by giving Charizard Drought as its hidden ability, it allows the trainer to decide between having Charizard set up the sun or taking its super cool other special ability. Photosynthesis. Kinda. I want to propose a completely new ability called Primal Sun. Primal Sun works almost identical to Photosynthesis, just without the additional effect of the booster energy. When Charizard enters the field whilst in harsh sunlight, the highest stat gains a +1 boost. This accomplishes multiple things. For starters, trainers can now decide on having Charizard be the one who sets the weather, or be a powerful Pokemon that benefits from someone else doing it. Additionally, with Charizard's new stat distribution, it will likely get a boost to its speed. However, I'm sure with appropriate IV and EV distributions, it's also possible to get that boost in the appropriate attacking stat for Charizard. This can work as a boon and a bane, as if your Charizard gains the bonus to the attack or special attack, your opponent likely knows what Mega Stone it's carrying, or at least an inkling of the set that you're running. Despite all of that, I think this puts our Charizard in an excellent position. He's big, he's foreboding, he's unique, and I feel like he'd give a sense of dread if you saw a trainer using one. All of these things are akin to what our boy can and should achieve. If you like this episode, please comment below on any other Pokemon you'd like to be seen made more lore accurate, whether that's for better or for worse. Until next time.